Hey guys, it's your girl Tamika from LJ's Kitchen. I am going to make shrimp Creole today. Actually, I'm making a few different items today, but I'm going to show you my shrimp Creole. So missing here is my onion, and I just have an onion here, but I do have a chopped onion that I already started on the stove, and I'm going to show you step by step of what I'm doing. But here's all the ingredients. You want a medium sized onion, two ribs of celery. I have about 4 chopped pieces of garlic. I have 2 bay leaves. Just because I had it, I have a bell pepper, orange bell pepper, and regular green bell pepper. I made some shrimp stock. I have 2 cups of that, and we're going to also add in 2 cups of white wine. I have red hot red pepper seasoning, also cayenne pepper. And if you don't have hot red pepper seasoning, because I'm only going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon of each one, you're going to just use cayenne pepper. Tomato paste, also some Tony Chachere's original Creole, some dry white wine, 2 pounds of shrimp, and some tomatoes. And we also have some white pepper and black pepper here also. And I didn't mention the stick of butter. I have the onion and butter going already on the stove, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so we have in a large stock pot, we have the onions going. It might be 1 or 2 pieces of bell pepper and celery that got away in there, but we have that going. I actually let my butter get a little brown and toasty, and right now I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste right in the center, and then I want to turn my heat up to like medium, and then I'm going to let that get a little brown, and then we're going to add the rest of our vegetables in. So I have about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste there, and I put the heat up to like a medium where it was lower before, and I just want that to get going and get some brownness to it. And when it gets brown, it's going to add some robust flavor to this dish. So we're going to let that just get a little dark. So you see how that color changed just a little bit? We're going to just stir this in, and now we're going to add the rest of our vegetables, our bell peppers and our garlic, and also the celery. So we have all of our vegetables in, and we just want to give it a quick stir, and we just want to let that go till the vegetables are softened. And then I'm going to add the tomatoes to it. We're going to let the tomatoes cook down, and then we'll take it from there. Start adding some more things. I also added in the red hot pepper seasoning with my shrimp, and I'm going to add some of the pepper and some of the trying to get some of the white pepper in with that too. There we go. And then we're just going to stir this around. And when I stir it around, I want to let that sit for a few minutes. And meanwhile, I'm going to cut my tomatoes up. So we added our tomato, and we are just going to let this tomato reduce down and start to break down. And then we are going to start to add our liquid. So there's our tomato. We have about 5 tomatoes from, I usually use the tomatoes from the vine. So I did add a little bit of sea salt to the tomatoes, because I forgot sea salt. You have to add a little salt, guys. I know you do not like a lot of salt in your food, and you don't have to make it very salty. but you need to add some sea salt. And excuse those sweet potatoes in the background because I'm going to make me a sweet potato pie too. Um, I did add the sea salt to break down the tomatoes because they are going to be that's going to be very instrumental in breaking the tomatoes down. So right now at this point, I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne and the rest of my white pepper and black pepper, and just stir that in. So we're going to let that cook down for about a good 15 minutes, and when it starts to get the tomatoes start to release its juices and everything, I am going to add in my stock, and we are going to let the stock and the bay leaf along with the white wine and Creole seasoning, we're going to let that cook for probably like 40 minutes because we want this to be nice and stewed down. Okay, so we will be back. I just added a tablespoon of Tony Sacherayan's Creole seasoning, and now I'm going to add in my homemade shrimp stock, and then I'm going to also add in a cup of white wine. We're going to turn it up on really high heat with the white wine, so that the alcohol can cook out of the wine. We just want the flavor of the wine. I am adding in my 1 cup of white wine, and then we're going to turn this heat up really high. I'm also going to add in my 2 Old Bay cloves, and we're going to let this tomato mixture cook all the way down. You want to make sure that it comes to a boil, because we want to make sure that the alcohol in the wine gets cooked all the way out. But this is going to be delicious, guys. I promise you, you got to try this. Now, if this cooks down and before you add your shrimp, the shrimp is going to be last. Before you add your shrimp in and you feel like, oh my goodness, I feel like it needs a little thickening in it, you can always do a tablespoon of cornstarch to 2 tablespoons of water and add it slowly a little bit at a time to just get a richer, thicker broth. And we're going to plate this with our rice. I think I have jasmine rice, but I'm going to see because I may just use brown rice. I love brown rice. So we're going to plate this up, and it's going to be delicious. Oh, and we're also going to add in a little bit of basil at the end. All right. So you see this here? This is exactly what you want it to look like. It is coming to a rapid boil. And we're just going to let it go for about 3 minutes, cook the alcohol off, and we are going to have all this rich flavor of that dry Chardonnay. Did we use Chardonnay? No, we used Pinot Grigio. So we're going to have the flavor from the Pinot Grigio infused into our liquid, our broth. And we are going to turn this down. I put my big leaves in. We're going to turn this down and let this go for about 40 minutes. We're going to put a lid on it also. Okay, guys, so this is how our sauce looks after 40 minutes. And we are going to take our shrimp and we're going to add our shrimp in. We have 2 pounds of shrimp there. And we're just going to let them turn pink. And I think I am going to add a little thickening to this. But this rich broth is delicious. When I tell you guys, the vine ripened tomatoes, they cook down just so. And they are delicious. We're going to fish out these bay leaves later. But we're going to just let these shrimp cook down for about a good 5 to 6 minutes, and then that's it. We're going to plate this up with some rice, and I'm going to show you how it looks. Okay, guys, so um, I said a couple things that was incorrect. Well, one thing that was incorrect. I said that I was going to put basil in here. I meant to say parsley at the end. I was going to add some fresh parsley. Um, Now my shrimp are nicely cooked up. Look how nice this looks. This is really, really good. But what I did want to do is I wanted to just thicken this sauce up. Here's one of those bay leaves again that I'm going to take out. I wanted to thicken this sauce up just a bit. And what I did was I took a little bit of a tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of, instead of water, because I didn't want to dilute any flavor, I used my shrimp stock. So we're going to take the shrimp stock and the cornstarch and just stir it in, and just to thicken it just a little. And we're going to turn the heat up a little bit higher, because that's the only way it's going to get thick, because the shrimp are already done. They just turned pink, and literally they turn pink after 3 minutes. So I didn't keep them in for 5 minutes, just 3 minutes. So we are going to thicken this up, and I'm going to plate and come back and show you how it looks. Look how good this looks. Okay, guys, it's time. I'm gonna plate this. Have some nice brown rice. Doesn't that look yummy? Some more broth here. I just thickened it up just a little. That's perfect. Some more of this broth. I'm recording this myself, as you can see. Look at that, guys. Just want to thicken just a little. I'm going to bring it over here for some more light. And pair it with our glass of wine. And look, just a little bit more parsley. That looks amazing. That is my shrimp Creole, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it.